And fellow riders, warm welcome to the Wednesday Q&A, where I am going to talk about how we can change the way horses move by changing the way they feel. Have you ever had a horse who has been difficult to ride away from the stable and who is, maybe stubborn and not very eager to leave? If that horse doesn't want to leave, it's going to affect how the horse moves because the horse is going to move totally differently when not wanting to go somewhere than when wanting to go somewhere. And this is something we discovered, especially with our children's horse, Glunny, who was very, very pacey. He was kind of stuck in piggy pace and he had very little back muscle left. So he was just kind of piggy pacing and not really wanting to go anywhere. But when we retrained him with focus on motivating him and making our idea of leaving the stable his idea, he changed, the way he felt, which changed the way he moved, which again started to change his body. So he started to trot and he started to canter and he started to build back muscle. And he was an old horse. And we didn't spend a whole lot of time and effort doing this because I think if we had started like with the problem of him being pacey and then trying to make him tilt or trot, we would have just put, even more pressure on him and made it even less motivating for him to go on trails and to move, right? So, and this also works with horses who are anxious and holding tension. Because guess what? If a horse is anxious and holding tension, they also tend to become a little stiff. And if we then start working on trying to make them move better and start doing a whole lot of stuff, the horse is maybe going to be even more tense and even more stiff. But if we are able to make our ID the horse's ID, then these stiff and anxious horses are also going to be soft and more relaxed. So, in a way, by working on the kind of cause of the problem, then the actual problem, we are able to solve it in a totally different way than if we focus directly on the problem. Yes, let me know in the comments below if this makes sense and if maybe you have tried this with your horse. I mean, it's actually very, logical, because if I'm feeling good and I'm motivated and I'm on way on to something I want to do, I am going to walk totally differently than if I am depressed or sad or walking towards something I really don't want to do. And if somebody would then start nagging me on straighten your back, move with more energy, it wouldn't make me move better. It would probably just piss me even more off, right? But if I'm feeling good and I'm happy and I'm going somewhere I want to go, if someone starts bugging me, I wouldn't even, bother. I would just continue walking with pride and energy, right? So this is also what made it possible for us, since he was a children's horse, that he could maintain his way of moving even when the kids were riding him, right? So you don't have to be a professional horse trainer or a very clever rider to be able to do this. But you need to be a good motivator, right? So we have actually made a free training for you, because if I was to talk you through what we did, I would sit here talking for probably 20 more minutes. But if you hit the link in the comments below, you will get a free training with videos showing exactly what we did with Glunny, so that he went from lazy and pacey to forward and soft. And there's also a little video there of another horse who is more like a anxious forward type of horse, and what we did to make her find relaxation when doing groundwork. But these trainings have in common that the main thing we are working on is the horse's motivation, and we are working on making our ID the horse's ID. we're not doing any complicated training exercises. Because I think actually, if we start with these complicated training exercises who are supposed to make horses use their backs or move better, we might sometimes just make things worse. So I really, really hope to see you there. And it's on ridelikeaviking.no/motivate. And you can also find the link below. And this training transformed our horses. It doesn't really matter if they were, anxious and forward, or dull and stiff. It works for everything. And after I learned how to do this, it has totally changed how I train my horses. And it's also enabled me to retrain rescues others have given up on, without putting myself in danger or the horse in any danger. And you say here that your horse was anxious and distracted, but you started working with us. Thank you. And she's improving every day. Thank you so much for your kind words. This makes my day. And if you are listening, I'd love to make your day too. So hit the link below, and I see you inside the free training. Thank you so much for watching this evening, and I hope to see you there. Bye for now.